Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. So today, Bitcoin is up 4%. Nice day here for Bitcoin, and we're going to take quite a little time looking at Bitcoin today because I think we've managed to avoid a downtrend, which is quite interesting. Let me just zoom out to the daily. I'm still in a short-term long position on Bitcoin. I've got a position still long, and we've managed to reverse this the downtrend, right? So you can see in the channel here we ended up coming down, and then we've got a really strong daily candle here. Let me see if I can zoom in to show you this a little bit more clearly, because it really is a strong day today. Just to put this into perspective, look at that. A couple of days of retracement straight after we hit the all-time high. There's no problem there. Like I said, you can even fall out of the wedge and retrace down, but we didn't. We just held that massive candle up here, and now we got to head to the top of this wedge, which is really interesting. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Irving McCormick, welcome. Payman, good to see you back again. Thank you for joining. Do hit the like button on your way in. That is very appreciated, and it will help YouTube show more people this stream. Bring your favorite crypto coins. We will get some time today to look at your favorite crypto coins. So feel free to have those ready. As always, we're just starting off with a bit of Bitcoin. And I'm just saying how phenomenal this bounce has been off of the bottom of this wedge. And if I go into the 4-hourly, we can see that it really is setting up nicely. I mean, look at that. So if you look at this pattern here now, you can see we're in this broadening wedge for quite a while. Broke out, hit all-time highs, went into our downward wedge, which was fine, had a really flash down here, and then it's consolidated really nicely. And this bounce here off the bottom of the wedge is quite impressive indeed. Powell, welcome to the live stream. Everybody jumping on, please do hit that like button on your way in and have a think about what coins you want me to look at. And indeed, Phantom will be one of them, payments, so don't worry about that. So yeah, for Bitcoin, for me, next here is I don't want to get rejected off this level. This 4-hourly candle has got most of it left, 3 hours and 45 minutes left for this 4-hourly candle. And we can see a little bit of red coming in here. So I'd want to see some strength just to push beyond this high here, and then head on higher back to 64863. That's the next bit of resistance level, and then we can head higher. Long term, I'm really positive for Bitcoin here. I mean, how can you be negative at this point? The fact that we said here this box, which was red before, I've turned it green because I officially believe now it's been turned into support. I mean, the way we've came in here, dipped in and come out, I mean, that is really amazing. And to put that into perspective, let me just come out. Actually, we'll leave it on the daily, but what I want to show you is let's zoom out. And what you can see is this area was massive resistance for a long time. And now that we've come in here, we've dipped into it, collected some support and come back out. I mean, this is really important. If we can keep this area now as green support and create that as our new floor for Bitcoin, that's really impressive. And targets are still 75 on the break of the cup and handle and 85 on the break of the big purple wedge for Bitcoin. So things looking really good for Bitcoin. My position is doing pretty well on Bitcoin, both in my HODL portfolio, which obviously I don't touch, and also a few swing trades, which I'm doing as well, are treating me nicely. So let's take a look at the chat. Okay, first of all, let's look at Phantom. For those of you who've watched my video earlier this morning on Phantom, you guys will know this was a hell of a pick, right, guys? You've got to give me some credit. I mean, put it in the chat, guys. A bit of credit on Phantom. Comment below if you've done well on Phantom. We brought this to your attention at the breakout of this rounded bottom. And you can see we easily met our first target of 191. It came down into a beautiful triangle. We caught the breakout on this. And then even now, more recently, we call a really good breakout on here. So we got the top of the continuation pattern. At the top of the wedge, you had $2.46, and we just cleared straight through it. You can see my price target sitting exactly at $3.04, and we're just coming up to it. Now, one tip I do want to give all you guys for being on this live stream, and please do smash up that like button, guys. I want everybody in this stream to please hit the like button so that more people can find this stream. But one tip I do want to give you guys is when you have a technical price target, very important. If you set this $3.04 price target, please, if you're trading this, take profit a bit before. Like now is perfect to take profit. Why? Because a lot of people start taking profit beforehand, and sometimes you never actually reach the profit because everybody's using the same price targets from the same technical analysis. So you get your breakout up, And just before the price target, you can sometimes see a little bit of a curling off before then. So please be careful. I don't want you guys to get caught out by that. So that's a little tip for you guys. Just take it a little bit earlier. And same with your stop losses, right? Anytime you have a stop loss or a take profit order, never do it at like whole numbers or exactly on the price target. Always give yourself a little bit of maneuver, because everybody does that. Asan says he wants an entry point, waiting for a small pullback to get some skin in now. Yes, I'll touch upon that in a second. So now, Phantom, before we get into where's it going to pull back, let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracements, because this will give us some clues, Asan, for where we want to get in. Whenever you're in doubt, let's take a look at some retracement levels. Now, this is crazy because obviously Phantom's on an absolute tear, but let's just zoom out. And because it's a young coin, we don't have much history with Phantom. But our Fibonacci ratio extension of the golden pocket is suggesting Phantom can reach $4, right? So on the $4 level mark, I don't suspect we're going to, I could be wrong, but I don't suspect we're going to get there straight away, right? Very unlikely. More likely, you're going to get some nice retracement. So if I can see us breaking through $3, even maybe getting up to the 1272 line at $3.13, and then coming back down, even as far down as $1.90, $2 here before tracing back up. So in terms of waiting, keep an eye on the Fibonacci retracements. They're always good levels, the 0.786 mark and the 6.5. The other thing I would look at is if we head over to the daily, what I'd want to do is I'd want to bring out the EMA ribbon. And you can see Phantom is still very extended on the EMA ribbon. So if we got a bit of a calling off down to, let's come down to these kind of levels, $2.40, even $2.37, that is fantastic. You can start nibbling. And if it penetrates the EMA ribbon, you could even get Phantom cheaper, right, along these lines here. So do keep an eye on that in terms of Phantom for a dip. You saw that happen here, where if you miss this run, you don't chase the pump, and then you would have got a massive retracement here. I mean, let's do that together, guys, because it's always good to look at some of these retracement levels. So if we go from swing low and we catch it on roughly swing high, so you'll see here from 0, it ran all the way up to here, which is $1.93, but then you could have easily picked it up down here at 99 cents, okay? So you could have caught it between the 0.382 and the 0.5 mark. So don't be too hasty chasing it. If you're not in a position, sometimes there are coins that have just gone away. It's fine. There are plenty of opportunities, and there's always a dip to buy. Hello guys, welcome to the live stream. Thank you for joining. Bring your coffee, bring your popcorn, bring your favorite coin, and let's analyze those together. So crypto market's looking really good. All coins are nice and green today, and you know I love some green on the charts here. So let's take a look at Solana. You know Solana's been a beautiful one for us on this channel. We've been speaking about Solana for a while. Where's it gone? Where's our Solana gone? Did I just delete it or something? Come back, Solana, come back. We'll take the Binance chart. Right, let's take a look at Solana. Then I'm not going to have my drawings, am I? Oh man, I lost all my drawings. That's not fun. But we broke out of this beautiful triangle in Solana. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see if I can find this. My Solana chart literally disappeared. Right, we'll come back to Solana. Let's take a look at DOT, and then I'll come back onto Solana, because Solana's looking like it's going to break all-time highs. So we need to get some commentary on Solana. DOT. Let's take a look at DOT. Here we go on DOT. So Darwish, let's take a look at DOT. So you can see on DOT, we created this massive cup and handle pattern. You guys know we had a nice breakout on this cup and handle pattern, hit our target. Now I can see a bit of bending over on this. So our price target was sitting all the way at $60 plus, but we don't seem to be heading there right now. So oftentimes what happens is you'll come and get a calling off and you'll retest the neckline. So don't be surprised if this either gets some support where it is now or comes back down to the neckline to then bounce back up. So I'll be watching this over right now, but it seems to be curling over a little bit. Volume doesn't seem to be massive on it. RSI seems to be peaked out. So I wouldn't be surprised if this did come and retest the neckline. The neckline sitting there at 37.70 before heading higher. So that's what I'll be looking at for DOT. Now, DOT for me in the long term, absolutely, that's something I want to be looking at. I mean, that's something you need in your portfolio is DOT, okay? Absolute no-brainer, especially going into November, December, when they're getting their parachains launched. DOT and Kusama are going to be hot as their parachains get launched. Let's take a look at Link. So you'll see with Link, we're forming the exact the same pattern, cup and handle pattern. I called this a very long time ago, guys, and we just need another couple of days, another strong candle. Look at that's beautiful, guys. If you're watching when I created this, look at that. You can't plan this sort of stuff. So it's just coming up. Once we get to the next line at 35.06, we need to get a breakout. That breakout will give us a price target of 56. So if you want to trade that breakout, wait for a clean breakout. Put your stop loss in and trade this up to 56. Najib, good to see you back, buddy. Thank you for joining the live stream. Why Chainlink not growing like other alts? Darwish, now is not alt season, right? So let's take a look at this, guys. We're not in alt season right now. Let's show you this. I'm going to refresh this as well so you can see this. So look at this, guys. We're not in alt season. Alt just fought back a little bit. This is alt season up here. So we're neither Bitcoin nor alt season. Okay. If you look at the month, it's still Bitcoin's month mainly. If you look at the year, it's still altcoins year. But we're not in altcoin season. We're right in the middle here. Okay. So don't expect altcoins to run. It's still Bitcoin's moment. Everybody's like just kind of waiting. Are we going Bitcoin? Are we going alts? Everybody's very confused right now in terms of that. Okay. You need to go back in there. Okay, so what else do we want to look at, guys? So let's take a look at Matic. Why not? There we go on Matic. You can't write this, guys. Exact cup and handle pattern. We're really, really close here on our neckline, guys. Keep an eye on this neckline. $1.71 on Matic. If we get a clean break of $1.71, I'll be placing a small trade on this as well with a small part of my portfolio. So feel free to keep an eye on this beautiful cup and handle pattern. If we get a clean breakout at that point here, then I'd want to be trading this up to the price target for Matic of $2.83. That's going to take you above all-time highs, and then the room for Matic to get to $4, $5. I mean, I can see by the end of the next run, I can see Matic easily at $8 for me. Guys, thank you for joining this live stream. Please hit the like button, guys. We are about. Let me check. Actually, we were about last time I checked. I'm going to find out right now. If I'm not mistaken, we're at 2,966 subscribers, guys. 2,966. If my math serves me right, we need 34 more subscribers to hit the 3,000 subscriber mark. I know that sounds small for a small channel, and it is, but I appreciate every single one of you guys on the channel. So please, guys, hit that subscribe button. If you guys can find me 30 subscribers during this call, it's not crazy to do. If we can find 30 subscribers, we'll be at that 3,000 mark, and you guys will be the ones that were here first, and yeah, it'll be testament to that. So thank you guys for jumping on. Please do hit the like button. Let's get more people into here, and let's take a look at your favorite coins. What have you got? Throw them in the chat. Let's take a quick look at Flow. Jed, how do I pronounce your name, by the way? Is it Jedrzet? So bad. Right, let's take a look at Flow. Let's have a look. Not one I've monitored, so it's not on my list, Flow, but I can take a look at it for you guys. I don't have an issue with that. Just keep in mind it won't be as detailed as some of the coins which I monitor on a regular basis, okay? Yeah, Flow's not looking good, is it? I mean, let's take out the EMA ribbon. We're clearly bearish on the daily chart, which is not good. We've got so many coins which are so bullish right now on the daily charts, heading towards key patterns, right? You look at Matic, you look at Chainlink, you can look at DOT, you look at Solana coming out of its triangle. So many great coins are coming out from great technical patterns right now. So this one isn't looking too great. Having said that, we have to look at some of the fundamental things happening as well. So let's take a look at that. So let's see. I mean, the chart just doesn't look good. I mean, you've suddenly got loads of volume coming in, which is very interesting, but the volume is all to the downside. So I'd wonder what happened in this day here. Why did this tank so massively? You guys can't see that. Let me make it so you guys can see the volume candles. Hopefully you guys can see this. Should be able to see the volume candles, but if you see these volume candles, where did this volume come from to the downside? That is quite worrying on flow. Any other coins we want to look at, guys? You will have the 30th subscribers. Will be done, my friends. Yes, let's get the 30 subscribers. Not tomorrow, Darwish. We need the 30 subscribers today. Then we need to get to 10,000 subscribers, guys. So I'm refreshing right now. No subscribers. Come on, guys. Let's get 30 subscribers. I know a lot of you hopefully will be subscribed already, but let's get more people into this chat. Bring your favorite coins and let's take a look. Ryan Corpin, let's look at PDEX. Happy to look at that for you. Let's take a look. PDEX. I like the project, right? Pokedex. But we just got to look at the charts. So I like it from a fundamental perspective. Let's take a look at the charts. Okay, interesting. Seems to be like wanting to, it's like a spring coiled up ready for a move. You can even argue that you've got a bit of a triangle forming, and we just want to wait for a breakout out of this. So you can argue we've got a bit of a channel here, and if we can break to the upside on that channel, then we could head higher. So we'll have to keep an eye on this one on Pokedex. But overall, I like the project. I think November, December are going to be Pokedex, Kusama, Polkadot, any of the projects in that ecosystem, Poke Fantasy. I can see these all doing pretty well. So if you look at this in this pattern, how I'm looking at it like this on the day chart, you've actually got a bull flag pattern, right? So you've got a bull flag, and then normally your high percentages you break to the upside. So if I was to give you a technical target on that, you could even conservatively, you'd be looking at the point of breakout, getting to about a 32 on Pokedex, which is not bad considering where we're at now. So it's quite a cheeky trade, that, to be honest. You could be trading that from there to there, and without any leverage, you could be making a quick 47%. So very nice on Pokedex. A nice pattern there, actually. And by the way, that's your conservative target. Your longer term target on a breakout is the continuation pattern. That would take you to 43, guys. Okay, so that would be a solid trade if you can enter on a breakout here. Let's call it there. And you trade that to the top of the pattern there. That's 100%. You can double your money on that, guys. So Pokedex, thank you for sharing, Ryan. I like the setup on that from a technical perspective. Not something I'm invested in currently, but doesn't mean I wouldn't be at some point. I just can't invest in everything. Pokedox. Guys, getting a lot of coins in this chat here. So if you don't want me to miss yours, then I'm going to look at members first. Najib, do you have any? I'll take a look at Rune. Jessica wants to take a look at Rune. I like Rune. We've had a good move up on Rune, so just need to be careful not to chase pumps, guys. I know a lot of channels have been talking about Rune, and I think I have it open, don't I? There we go. Yeah, so Rune's looking good. You've had a nice pump up, guys, and a lot of coins were forming this pattern, right? A lot of coins had this triangle going on the daily. And they're breaking out now from that pattern. So you're getting a good trade. You've got it to the top of the wedge and some. Now it's just about whether Rune can continue. It's going to face some resistance at this point, now 13-ish. If it can get past 13.5 to about 14, then we can talk about all-time highs at 22 on Rune. Definitely one I'm keeping an eye out. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a little bit of a cooling off first. Just maybe even come, because you've just broken this wedge, right? So you see the line I've drawn at 12, the green line at $12.09. If you've broken that, I wouldn't be surprised if you come get a little bit of cooling off and then head higher. Where's my brush? Let's get my brush back. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get just a bit of heading out on Rune, coming back down, touching, and then heading higher. And that's still a bullish setup. Really nice from Rune. Good breakup. So Thorchain, we've looked at, Mikael. Thank you. Hopefully that's answered your question. If you have any specific questions on Thorchain Rune, let me know, guys. I like the project. You've seen my TA on that just there. If we want to choose specific projects and not just the whole of layer one, is the best top project in category of gaming and NFT right now? If you're to pick a winner in each, Okay, so Najib is asking, so they're separate things, right? So layer one are your smart contract platforms, right? So even though Phantom's a bit of a hybrid in terms of layer one and layer two, but your pure layer ones, Algorand, Luna, Ethereum, Cardano, these are the platforms and the narrative that you want to be following, right? It's going to be a big narrative. Gaming and NFT are separate narratives, so you can't compare the two. You'd want some exposure to all of those narratives, in my opinion. If you haven't watched my altcoin portfolio video, type in my name and altcoin portfolio and you'll get that video, and you get an idea of how I kind of think about all the different narratives. You got to have, something like Matic for your layer two. You need to have something like Chainlink for your data oracle play, etc., etc. Link is pumping. Let's take a look at Link, guys. I'd love it if Link's pumping. Link's a big part of my portfolio. Let's go find me some Link. Where's our chart disappearing to? There we go. Yep, Link's looking good. I mean, let's take a look at the hourly. I mean, yeah, beautiful. It's just a beautiful uptrend. It's a very nice uptrend. I mean, we can monitor this and trade this on the hourly if you guys wanted to. I mean, you could trade that. It's not an issue. It's a beautiful trend on the upside. But for me, the exciting bit is waiting for this, right? You got to be able to time your entries. And for me, if you're picking it up in the bottoms here, and you're waiting for this breakout to the top, that's really exciting. Even if you weren't in it and you get it on the breakout of the neckline, if we wait to the breakout of the neckline, you're going to get a handsome trade here. I mean, you're looking at 40% returns on there without leverage, guys. So really excited. I just want to wait a couple more days. Let's get to that neckline, 3506. Let's push it all the way to the 3506, and then it's going to be interesting. I mean, if we get a rejection down, then we invalidate the cup and handle. But if we get a nice clean breakout, then we could be heading straight to 56 on Link. So really interested on Link. Can we do Cardano? Yes, we can look at Cardano. Guys, thank you for joining. We've got 23 concurrent viewers and 15 likes. We've got to smash the likes, guys. We can't be going backwards in likes. I think one of the first streams we were getting 30 likes, 33 likes. Come on, we're on 15 likes now. Please, everybody in here. There's many more of you in here than are normally in here. I'll try to get to as many of your coins as possible. Please do hit that like button. And I can go ahead and do that. If you want me to answer your question, feel free to quicker. And if I'm missing some of your questions, then please do become a member of the channel and I'll make sure I can take yours first or throw a super chat or something so I can see yours. Otherwise, I'll just miss it in the list, okay? So if you want to push in, you can go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at Cardano. We're looking at Cardano, won't we? Right, so Cardano has been entering this triangle for ages now, yeah? So we've been in this triangle and it just, for its life of it, cannot break out. It's come right to the apex, guys. This is crazy. So normally on a triangle, sometimes you get the breakout earlier, right? It's a shame we've lost our Solana chart. Otherwise, I'd show you that on Solana as a great example. But here, it's using the whole of the triangle. It's like we can't make our mind up. The bulls and the bears cannot make their mind up. They're equally matched. If you imagine a sumo wrestling match, they're in deadlock, right? They just can't move. And that's what we got going on right now. So this is going to be interesting. It's either way, it's going to have to make a decision, right? Or it's going to keep going sideways. But for me, I think we're going to get a breakout very soon. And when it does break out, it's going to be explosive. The issue with Cardano is you need to be able to understand what's going on from a fundamental perspective as well. Unfortunately, and I'm a big Cardano holder, big believer over the long term, 10, 15 years on Cardano. So this doesn't bother me. I'll just say this how it is on the short-term time frame. But they're getting overlapped by a lot of different projects, right? Solana's taking a lot of light, Phantom's taking the light, Terra, Luna Terra, Algorand even. They're just not doing enough, right? They did their smart contracts platform, but there's not a working DEX on the platform yet, right? You've even got that on Phantom, you've got Spooky Swap, you've got Tomb Finance, you've got DeFi being built, but we're not seeing that just yet on Cardano. So that's going to hold it back. But the good thing about Cardano, and the reason I'll always be invested in Cardano for a long time, unless something's changed fundamentally, is they do things slowly and they do things at their own pace. And that's why you get these periods where the market just doesn't like them. And then the market FOMOs in afterwards when they realize how good Cardano is. So I'm super patient. I love this because these are the areas I'm buying. I'm buying. And then when I'll let everybody else pump this, right? When they FOMO in and realize how good it is, I'll let them pump that. So I'm not too bothered on Cardano at all. Thank you guys for smashing up that like button. We're now on 20 likes. How are we doing on the subscriber front? Are you guys going to get me to 3,000 today? It'll be very appreciated if we can get to 3,000 subscribers today. That would be really, really helpful. Yep, Steve, Sunday swap is coming, but until we see it, we got to see it. ADA swap, Sunday swap, which is it going to be? How well do they work? Because, the market's not going to get excited by a DEX, right? Shiba launched a DEX. So to put things into perspective, don't expect the Sunday swap to massively move the market. They just got to catch up. It is what it is. They do things slowly, and I appreciate that, but they've got to start catching up, otherwise they will be left behind. This is innovation at the end of the day. ASAN overexposed on Cardano and looks like historically pumps later compared to other altcoins. Is it a good idea to get some funds out and, for example, put it into FANTOM on a pullback, or just add fresh fiat? San, I think perfect question. And I think if you've watched my videos, you'll probably know my answer, but you maybe just want a bit of reassurance. And my preference is always to add new fiat. I think that's one of my secrets, really, is I don't try to time the market. I'm not going to be one of these YouTubers that sit here and say, oh, I'm perfect. I waited for the top of a bull cycle and I used Plan B's metrics and the logarithmic curve, and I timed it and I exit out all my Bitcoin and put it into these beautiful altcoins. I mean, you can do that, but that's also the quickest way you're going to get burnt, right? Whereas if I just dump as much money as I can on a Phantom, dump as much money as I can on ADA and split my portfolio out, over time I'm going to win, because I'm not rushing for any gains. I'm not trying to move my Cardano into Phantom. Phantom stops running and then Cardano starts running, and I'm doing a little dance to get back out of it again. So ideally, if you can, then yes. If you're struggling for fiat currency, then it might be a decision for you to make, because I personally don't think Cardano is going to move for a little while. Maybe even into December, January. They got to launch stuff, right? Once they launch stuff and get to kind of the feeling that Phantom has right now, then it'll be exciting. But I don't want to time that. Not for me. Guys, thank you for joining this live stream. Hope you're enjoying this as always. Always want to look at your favorite coins. Feel free to drop your questions and we can look at those. Making my way through this list as much as possible. Please do smash that like button up, guys. Every single one of you, please, please, please. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's the only way you guys can really support us reaching more people, because otherwise YouTube don't care about that. Overexposed on card. Oh, we covered that. Overexposed. Steve said, I'm late. Algo almost at $2. Yes, guys, let's take a look at Algorand. You guys know I've been covering this on this channel, and we're 8% up today, and we're getting the beautiful breakout of this pattern, right? Beautiful breakout of this pattern. I'm just going to, I was supposed to post that video, actually. I'm going to post that one here as well, so you guys can get it. I filmed it, but I didn't post it. Let's do that so everybody can watch that one. Add it to your watch list. And then we'll look at the Algorand chart. So make sure you go watch this, guys, on Algorand and Coty, because this was exactly predicted in my video. So go ahead and watch that. So, okay, let's take a look at what we're seeing on Algorand. But do go ahead out and watch that video. But I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. We entered this channel, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but we had this white wedge, and the white line is just under that yellow line. And I drew the bigger yellow channel over it, because we broke down from that wedge, we got some support back, and we ended it in this yellow channel. Now, the beauty of this yellow channel was it was forcing us in an upwards direction out of the purple triangle, which was the bigger pattern. And that's what got me predicting, and that's why I made that video, that if we get this lovely bounce off here like we've done, we break out of the top of this channel. I'm just going to extend that line, not changing it at all. If we break out of this channel, we could be heading to our price target. Not just this price target, right? This price target here at $2.06 takes you to the top of this channel. But I'm looking at the more interesting target of breaking out of this whole triangle and heading for our $2.80 mark. Okay, this would be a huge trade. We've been covering this on this channel a lot. We've been very patient. Anybody who's been watching this will know we've been very patient, and this is what we're doing here on this channel. Okay, guys, I'll give you the plays. I'll pass you the ball. You've got to finish off the shots, right, as they say. So there you go, guys. Now, don't be surprised if we get a bit of a retest. Okay, let me go back into the channel. Let's take a bit of a look. So we're just trying to break out, right? So it's easier on the 4 hours actually. You can just see it's trying to break out and it's getting some resistance. Very normal. We've got a resistance level there at $2 exactly. It's a psychological resistance on top of that. So don't expect us to go straight through. We're going to get a calling off, try to break it, maybe even come back in. It's going to take a little effort. But as long as we, over the long run, break out of this triangle, super bullish on Algorand too, not only from a technical perspective, from a fundamental perspective as well. So beautiful setup on Algorand, 8% up, and it's good to finally be vindicated, right? On, you know, in just literally the last 2 or 3 days, the coins that I said were moving, and people were commenting on the videos saying, "Oh, they're not moving. When will they move? When will they move?" They're moving. We've got Coty 6% up. We're going to look at that shortly. We got FANTOM exploding. We've got Solana breaking out of that triangle, exploding. Okay, Shiba even. I gave you a technical target on that. You saw that hit the price target as well. I've given a second price target on Shiba as well, so go check that out as well in the video. So let's take a look at Coty before I head back into the chat. But please, everybody, make sure you hit the like buttons whilst I'm hurting my throat screaming down this microphone, as I tend to do. So Coty, let's head back into the Farley chart, and I want to show you exactly what's happening with Coty. We had this beautiful hot. I wish I could trade every single trade, but I've just got to stay focused. I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, I gave this to you in that video. Go watch that video. It's literally just posted. This breakout is beautiful. Now you've got the confirmation. You can trade this all the way up to not only the top of the wedge at 55, 56, but potentially even to go and meet this W pattern target, because it could just be a delayed target up at 57. Then after that, your next target is to come up and test the 59.60 mark. Okay, 59 cents, 60 cents mark up here. So that's really interesting. Let's do that. So there we go. Let's take that's Coty heading up nicely. And on the long run, what do we have then on Coty? What we end up having is that Coty has still maintained the cup and handle, which is really important. I was getting worried here that if we ended up doing that or even coming down, we would have invalidated our cup and handle. As it stands, it's still a retest of the neckline and we're heading up. And I've seen a few other channels now suddenly start to talk about this cup and handle pattern, which was so obvious. Guys, you guys will know, if you're the OGs, hit the like button, because we were talking about this cup and handle pattern ages ago. Okay, ages ago. Let's head back into your questions, guys, because I've missed loads. I'm not even, oh man, I have to scroll all the way back up. Guys, if I'm missing your comments, I'm super sorry. I'm just going to catch up with these now. Let's take a look. So ADA should be big in December or January when all new projects are finished, audits, and yeah, exactly. So Cardano is going to go through all its audits, do everything slowly, the academic way, and then I can see it moving. But I'm not going to sell. I'm going to wait. I just hold Cardano, just forget I own it and just leave it there. I think in the background, ADA smart contracts are being finalized and audited. Yep, Steve, you're absolutely right. Najib and Steve, you're both absolutely right. Any coins you recommend adding to our portfolios for profits in a week or two? I think Desperate Wolf, that's exactly what we're looking at here, right? How many have I given you that are a couple of days away from critical patterns? Go rewind the video back, have a watch. Plenty of great options we've been discussing. Even Zilliqa is moving. Yep, Steve, we're getting a little bit of a feel of alt season because all of the coins were forming bearish patterns and they were very patient sideways and then starting to set up new shapes. And now we're getting a little bit of a push. You can see everything kind of trending up a little bit. So even things like Zilliqa and Harmony 1 are having decent days as well. Let's take a look. Yeah, Harmony 1, 16% up, guys. I've still got my position in Harmony. Absolute. Look at that run. Loving that. Loving that. Can't complain on Harmony 1. Please don't chase this pump, guys. If you've not got position in Harmony 1, you wait for a retracement, please. It'll come back down and call this. It'll call off. Don't worry about that at all. Thank you guys for joining. So good to have so many of you sitting here listening to this live stream. I'm doing my best to get through all of your questions. If you have something urgent, just throw up a super chat so at least it comes to the top and then I can see it. Otherwise, I'm working my way through as many as possible, guys, here. You've talked about everyone's coin except me. Is it because of my name? Why would you suggest that? I mean, I can't read the Arabic, but why would that bother me if how you type your name? But you've complained, but you should have put the token back again. So please just give me the ticker symbol that you want to look at, and I'll look at it because I can't scroll back up to find where you're talking about it. What are your thoughts on, is it better in a bull cycle to have invested in a wide selection of 8 to 10 coins or invest heavily in just top 3 or 4 for meaningful results? Najib, very good question. I like to answer some of these questions in terms of trading because a lot of people don't get these right. So in what I want to say here is, when you invest, if you have small amounts of net worth, okay, if you don't want to over diversify. So what I mean by that is, I hear so many people giving the same blanket advice to everybody. Yep, split all your investments and over diversify. The problem is, if you've got 100 quid to start with, $100 to start with, and you're diversifying it into 10 different altcoins, even if you get 3 or 4 of them right and they 10x and the other ones lose, then you're not getting very far, are you? So it's based on how big your portfolio is. As your portfolio gets bigger, you need to diversify more and more. Okay. Naturally, mine's going to be spread out quite a bit at this point, but if you're just starting, you want to find some high conviction plays, do really good research, and maybe put your funds in, 3, 4, 5 really good projects that you've invested in, you've done your research, you've done your technical analysis, you really believe in it. Because as a newbie, it's difficult to understand anyway, let alone understanding it for 20 coins, in which case you're not going to do the research. You're just going to take other people's 20 coins and you're going to have no connection to those. So when they dip, you're going to panic, you're going to sell. Not the right way to go about things, guys. Okay. Vet is having a nice day too. Let's take a look at Vet. We had that up somewhere. Yep, another 7% day on Vet. If I'm not mistaken, they form the same pattern. Look at that, guys. Another one you could trade. Okay, a nice clean breakout of this triangle. Price target at 33. Lovely setups. Lovely setups on these charts. And all coins are really, now's a really good time to be making some money trading some of these options right now. And even if you're holding for the long term, even better. These are now going to start heading up because they've had such a long period of consolidation. The only thing that will slow this down now is if Bitcoin really starts pumping and then everybody has FOMO again and runs across to Bitcoin. But naturally, we know this is how it works. When Bitcoin cools off a little bit, then the altcoins will start to run. But the good thing about today, we're getting that feeling of what we got early in the year when Bitcoin was doing 3-4% and altcoins were doing 7-8%. And if you can start getting into that environment, then it's really exciting because you're making money in your Bitcoin and your altcoins are doing really well as well. Ijaz, could you comment on cutting out coins that are looking like losers, even at taking a loss to reinvest on a better bet? Is it better to cut and run or wait for a potential pump? So, Steve, I think this is an interesting one because the way the question was asked is almost like, I've got myself in trouble. How do I get out? Now, I'd want to reframe the question to say, why did I get in trouble in the first place? Because you should never enter a position without a profit target to the upside and a position to the downside to exit if it goes against you, right? There's no point, it's like going sailing and not taking a life jacket. You need to know, what is my emergency plan? How am I going to get out of this situation? So the answer should be, when you went into the position in the first place, you have a take profit target, you have a stop loss at a bottom level, and if the coin does not hit that level, you stay in the position and you believe in it because you've done your research. Okay. Now, if you're in the situation where you've not done that and you've ended up just what we call a bag holder and you're holding a position, then it is at some point it is okay to take losses. And I've done that before. I've got plenty of coins where I've taken a loss, and sometimes that's an emotional thing, right? That can be an ego thing where you don't accept it. You just sit on the bag hoping one day it's going to go up. If you've got a coin that's moved the wrong way, something has fundamentally changed, i.e. they're no longer good, their leadership has changed, their tokenomics have changed, something's changed, definitely cut your losses and get out. Nothing's going to magically lead it to come back up to the upside. Can you please check Iota? Yep, let's check Iota. Same thing. You're getting a nice triangle. If we can get a breakout of this triangle, you can get a good position in this. So you want to monitor this. You can even argue kind of this type of a triangle here. Okay, so you want to monitor this. If we get a clean breakout to the upside, you could be trading this up to $2.05, if not a little bit more on Iota. So that's your update on Iota. Is Coty still a good hold? For me, it is. I'm holding Coty. I've made this very clear, guys. I don't want to mislead you guys. My belief in Coty is based on my belief in Cardano. Okay, so I'm holding because of their partnership with Cardano and because they're the issuer of JED. So I consider them as part, like Cardano's a part of my portfolio and Coty's a smaller part of my Cardano, allocations. So that's how I think about it. Damien, what are your thoughts on Dent? I don't have any opinions on Dent, not one I've looked at. Would you like me to look at it for you? What are your thoughts on DYDX? Let's take a look at DYDX. DYDX. Let's take a look at it on CoinMarketCap as well. I like the name because I'm a mathematician, so that appeals to me. $19. Let's look at the chart very briefly. Just doesn't want to load. Let's look at it here. Still a new project, not much we can do in terms of technical, guys. You'd want to be looking at the fundamentals on this coin, which is why I pulled up CoinMarketCap. Oh, it's not. There you go. Okay, so that takes you back to 9th of September. Okay, so it's a fairly young coin. DYDX, let's look at the website. Wendell, we did cover Phantom. Feel free to scroll back in this video. You'll see us covering off Phantom. Yeah, no particular opinion right now on DYDX. I'm just worried about this circulating supply. It's only 5% of circulating supply, but obviously they're a new project, so it can take time. So I'd have to watch this one. I'd have to keep an eye on it. You can see here they failed one of their proposals, and they're pending on the second one. So yeah, we'd have to keep an eye on DYDX. I've heard good things about it, but it's not on my full radar just yet. What else have we got in the chat, guys? Don't forget to hit the like button on your way in, guys. We've got quite a few of you in here. Please all do hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If we can get to 3,000 subscribers, that will make my day. That'll be very, very helpful. Please don't forget to head over to our Discord as well. I'm going to put the link to our Discord community. Head over in there. You can ask me questions, not just on live streams, but you can ask me anytime. You can send me a screenshot. The community is very helpful as well. You can ask questions, get everybody's feedback, and I can jump onto that as well. Adhan, can you look at AVAX? Yes, yes, yes. I did see AVAX on the chat a little bit. Let's have a look at Avalanche. Let's do that. You guys like a lot of different coins, but AVAX is a good one. We've covered it on the channel before. Let's take a look. Yeah, interesting one. Got a few different patterns you can argue here. You can argue a bit of a triangle there, but I think the more interesting pattern you've got here is quite a nice uptrend, to be completely honest. You can argue you've got higher lows and higher highs. Okay, and just doing this very crudely whilst we're on this, guys, but you know, you can argue that's a nice broadening, almost broadening continuation pattern. So that's got a good movement. You can easily, if you extend this out, you got a lot of movement here for this to get to 100, right? So Avalanche can be heading up. It's doing really well. Bounced off really nicely off this level. Let's bring out the EMA ribbon just to get, yeah, absolutely. Lovely, 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 lovely. So if you look at the last time it did this, guys, you got to always use the data you have to your hand. It went on a pump. It got sent back down. It penetrated the EMA ribbon and it went again, right? Now look at this time. It came down, penetrated the EMA ribbon and fought back. So now we should be getting a good move to the upside here on Avalanche. Amir says, thanks. You're welcome, guys. Damien says, would be nice. Thanks. Damien, which one did you have? Dent. We'll take a look at Dent. Let's take a look at Dent. Okay, nice bounce off the EMA. No, I'm a bit worried here, guys. You're getting a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. You can argue that you've got a bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, very crudely. If you take, you've got almost left shoulder, right shoulder. Bit of an inverse head and shoulders. And that could give you a nice breakout. Let's take the breakout. Have a look at that, guys. That's an interesting one, guys. Dent could be reaching our price target there. So you could get a nice uplift on your Dent. That would be decent little trade there. You'd have a bit of resistance here at the top of the wedge, as at the top of the left shoulder. Your downside risk is if you get rejected at the neckline. But the good thing is, if I pull back out the EMA ribbon, you've got a nice green solid bounce. If I just move this slightly across, you've got a nice green candle on there. So you've got a nice strong day today. If you can get another strong day breaking you through the neckline, then that cup and handle pattern is intact. Hopefully that helps answer your question, Damien. Thank you for bringing that coin across to us. Najib, do you ever manage to get in on pre-IDO or pre-launch? Yeah, but it's not something I'd spend loads of time on, guys. That's not where you're going to make the majority of your wealth. And that's why I think people get distracted. Like, let's not get distracted, guys. Let's keep this simple. Let's allocate our wealth into certain high conviction plays, and let's keep those in there. We don't need 100 coins to become successful at crypto. Okay. Steve, can we look at ramp? Okay. Where do you guys find these projects? Okay, what have we got at ramp? It's fighting at its EMA ribbon. Sorry, it's 200-day moving average. Very sideways. Very sideways. What's your conviction on this, Steve? What's the reason you're looking at this one? Got a bit of a triangle, you could argue there. You can keep an eye on this if you have a bit of a... You can argue a bit of a horizontal triangle. Just doing it very crudely, and then maybe you can get a breakout there. It's one we'd have to monitor. I mean, you're definitely better off than where we were at these low levels down here on ramp. I'd have to tie this in with some fundamentals, which I don't know too much about ramp from a fundamental perspective. Any other question, guys? Thank you for hitting the likes. We're on 30 likes. Can we get to 40, guys? That'll be a record for these live streams. Can we get this stream to 40 likes? And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can get our subscribers to 3,000 subscribers. I've left the Discord link. Please do go check out the Discord link. Can I pin that? Must be a way. There you go. I've pinned the Discord message to the top, hopefully, so you guys can head over to our free Discord channel. Oh, Steve, this one you said you're looking to come out of Dent. I probably wouldn't now, to be honest. Are you saying you've held it for ages? I'd probably wait. You're on the verge of a kind of a breakout. I'd hold on to it for a little bit. If it broke out and kind of headed back up to the top of this here, back to these highs here, maybe then you can cut it. If you've held it for that long, I'm assuming you don't, you know, it's a decent pattern. It's a decent pattern. Keep an eye on it. You held it up here. Yeah, that's not fun. It depends. Like, the other thing with trading is it depends how much mind space is taken up. If it's stressing you out, then just get rid of it and move on. I mean, you've retraced down 70% from all-time highs. But if you can claw back some of that, and if you can claw back return to the top here, you know, that's a 100% move. It'll make a difference, right? It's a nice pattern. If that doesn't break out, then fine. But keep an eye on it. See if that breaks out this triangle. If it does, then you've got a bit of momentum to the upside, right? Because at the moment, we can see all coins have got energy. Even this coin is up 3%. You've got a nice green candle. It's bouncing off the 200-day EMA. Maybe it's going to have some energy now to at least give you a bit of a movement here for you to pick it, sell it back out again. Any other question, guys? Feel free to hit the question. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much. We're on 32 likes. Really do appreciate it. Amir Malik said he's late to the live stream. Did we cover Atom? Let's take a look at Atom for Amir. We'll stick to Binance for now. Let's have a look at the patterns we're seeing. Very nice bull flag, guys. You can see it. This is a very nice bull flag. You can very quickly argue that's looking like this. And you can draw your other bull flag like this. And you can then take your... you can see that we've had a nice run up, bouncing off the EMA ribbon into a continuation pattern, and high probability that we head out to the upside. Now, if we head to the upside, you want to head at least to the top of the wedge, which will take you to 46 from 35 where we're at now. But your longer term price target, guys, is quite, you can measure the whole move. So I won't do it all the way. Technically, you could do it from there. I'm going to measure this as the measured move to say, let's say we kept that momentum and plot that on here on a breakout. You could technically see a 58 on Atom. So that's what we're seeing there for analysis. Again, Cosmos is another good layer 1 solution with interoperability. So from a narrative perspective, it's something I'm very interested in. So thank you for that one, Amir. Anybody else? Do you want to cover anything else? We've had 200 people in and out of this stream, which is fantastic. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this live stream. I know it's slightly later than we normally do it. Been a busy day. So please, guys, hit that like button. Let's get to 40 likes before we end this stream. Feel free to ask any questions. If you want to take a look at stocks, guys, I'm interested in stocks as well. I've got a lot of my portfolio in stocks and shares, so feel free to ask me those questions as well. I know Tesla for me is having an absolute beautiful day, which is actually nullifying. People always say you need crypto, which we do. I love crypto, but come on, for the risk to reward on Tesla. I mean, I'm going to post a video on this, but we're getting to $1,000 per share, guys. Loving it. I mean, we were buying in these dips, topping up at 550. So low risk, high reward. Amazing. It doesn't all have to be crypto, right? We love crypto, of course we do. But look at that, 90% on your Tesla, a very safe investment. This is not going to plummet down to zero, is it? So massive gap up there on Tesla. On the news, by the way, that's the news because they Hertz have announced they're buying 100,000 Tesla Model 3s. 100,000, guys. Come on, guys, let's get the chat busy. Let me know what you want to look at. I'm going to scroll up to see if I missed any others. I think you wanted to look at Decentraland. Let's take a look at Decentraland because I like Mana. They had such momentum at the beginning of the year. Now, I'm not sure what happened with Mana. Like, why did it just kind of lost a lot of its momentum? Yeah, look at that. Chart doesn't even look exciting either. Let's get the EMA ribbon out. Yeah, look at that. It's just sitting on its EMA ribbon. It can't decide what it wants to do. There's a few coins like this right now, and it's like, these are the coins where, Steve, where you're asking me, like, by the way, I hold a little bit of Mana, but would you cut your losses and put it somewhere else? Probably, because it's just not doing anything. Having said that, we know what crypto's like, right? The last time it was not doing anything, it then goes on a tear. So again, you got to tie in your high conviction in some of these plays with it. And if you believe this is your metaverse play and it's your allocation of your portfolio to the metaverse, then it makes sense to hold, right? Because at least you've got some exposure that if metaverse goes, like how NFTs had that crazy couple of months, if the metaverse goes on a run for a couple of months, you're going to be happy you had some Sandbox or some Mana, right? That's the idea. So hopefully that covers your question on Mana. Oh, that was the other one I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at Cardano. There it is, KDA. This one. We've had a big down day today, but I think this might be a good dip buy, guys. If you're interested in one where you're asking their Desperate Wolf, I mean, that is a nice retracement on Cardano. It's been on an absolute run. It's retracing down perfectly there to the Fibonacci level at the 1272. Will it fall lower? If it falls lower, that's even more of a beautiful buy. But this is one I want to keep an eye on. This is the one that's built by the JP Morgan guys, the guys that built the JPM coin, and we covered it on our previous live stream. And they built the JP Morgan blockchain. So interesting project for us to keep an eye out on Cardano. It's been an absolute tear. It's been an absolute tear going from, less than a cent up to now hit past 8. So Cardano, another good one. Damien, he wants to put some money in Shroom and Cybin and Mindspace. No thoughts particularly. I don't like plays where it's like there's loads of regulatory scrutiny. It just makes it very difficult. Like, you're setting yourself up in a trade where, like, there's headwinds. And whilst there's, risk and reward, and if you're willing to go through the pain, then go for it. But I've seen people get burnt where they make trades on things which require regulatory approval, and then they get burnt. So I'm not saying the space is not good. I'm just saying we're a little bit early. I mean, look at EVs, which is a non-controversial subject. Took a lot of regulatory hurdles to get over. So Steve says, this is my point. I sold all my Zilliqa 2 weeks ago and chucked it into Link. Yeah, so how are you doing on that move, Steve? So we can see Link is doing okay, has been doing well, to be honest. But easily, Zilliqa's moving a little bit today as well. Najib is saying, should I sell some of my Galaxy to get into Tesla? I have a large bag of Galaxy and no Tesla. It depends. Why are you holding Galaxy? You're holding it as a proxy for Bitcoin? If so, how much Bitcoin and crypto exposure do you have? Do you need to diversify? Desperate Wolf, can you look at XRP? Yes, I will. Guys, thank you for joining again. Please do hit the like button. We're at 34. We need to get to 40 likes on this stream. I'm going to take a look at XRP. Oh, we've already got it open, haven't we? XRP. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. Shiba's up 8%, by the way, guys. Let's take a quick look at Shiba. By the way, if you haven't watched my video on Shiba, go check that out. So we hit my price target perfectly on this triangle, which is funny because even I was suspicious of whether my TA would work on such a community-based coin, right, which can move at a whim. But I've also now set us up for another triangle. So if you want to trade this, do so at your own risk. But if we get a clean breakout of this triangle, your next price target is at 4791. Call it 4. Yeah, about there. 4791 on this breakout if we get a confirmation. Not quite had a full close. Actually, we nearly had a full hourly close, haven't we? Yeah, if this hourly candle closes in 50 minutes, if this closes green, could be a good entry point to get into this trade. Let's carry on to XRP. XRP not moving as much. Again, this is the exact same answer for regulation, right? This is all going to come down to the SEC case. And if they win, this thing's going to go crazy. And if not, then it's not looking great. It's also forming a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders pattern, which could be interesting to the upside. So we'll want to monitor that as well. So let's keep an eye on this, similar to Dent. Yeah, you could argue. Shoulder, head, and if it forms another shoulder, could that head it to the upside? Had a good move here. Just kind of consolidating across here. But otherwise, there's some more exciting patterns on other charts. I mean, you've got this continuation pattern in the short term. So you can easily say that that is your bull flag. And we're going to continue on this pennant and then break out to the upside. Okay, so that's something we need to keep an eye on XRP. Link is outperforming Zilliqa. Yes, very good. So then it's a good move, right? Zilliqa was not moving for a long time. So, you know, I think for me, Zilliqa is one of those where my conviction has changed on it. So you definitely cut your losses. But if your conviction's not changed, like if you said to me, Link has outperformed Cardano, are you going to sell your Cardano? My answer would be no. Yeah. ASAN, have we covered H-bar? We haven't, but I do have some H-bar in my portfolio. I think I'm super up on my H-bar. I bought it like at the start of the year, I was buying H-bar. I've not been adding to my position, but it's making an interesting triangle pattern here as well. So let's pop that on. You can see the trend, guys. A lot of these altcoins are all forming the same pattern because they've all taken a beating whilst Bitcoin was having its magic, and now they're ready to just recoil back. So for me, you can see the upside of this move is easily we could head back up to 58, 59 cents on H-bar. But first, you'd have to get through 50 cents, which is the top of the wedge. So if we get a clean breakout, we'll monitor this over the next couple of days. If you can get a breakout, then we'll be looking to see if we can play something on H-bar. But longer term, I like it. I think, obviously, it's not a blockchain. It's a hash graph, right? So it's a bit of a hedge against traditional layer ones. So if you wanted to allocate part of your portfolio into it, fine. You know, but it's not something super exciting as a Phantom or a Cardano or Solana. Any other question, guys? Please don't forget to hit that like button. The like button is the key to success, guys. It's the key to success. Rumor has it we've hit resistance at 35 on the like button. And we've hit major resistance on our subscribers, guys. I'm actually super disappointed on our subscribers because we are now sitting at 3969 and the 3000 mark is a psychological level, right? We've got to break out from it and potentially get a retest, because if we don't, how are we ever going to get to 10,000? Fibonacci retracement says we need to hit 10,000 on our subscribers. So we've got some work to do, guys. Whatever you guys can do to bring in some more subscribers, to like, to comment on the videos, these are the things we can do to help the algorithm. So I appreciate any of your support on that. In the meantime, throw me your favorite coins and we'll take a look. Let's take a quick look at Shiba. Yes, we just did. We did just take a quick look at Shiba. If you missed it, please do. Let's take a quick look at it again for completeness. But I gave my price target on Shiba as well. Where's it gone? It's right there. So Shiba on the hourly now is forming another triangle. Okay, so you're forming this triangle, and we're breaking out. And we've got a price target of Shiba at 47.80. So I just want to see this close. We want this hourly candle to close. It's still got 46 minutes. If that can close green and nicely green with volume, you can go long this position. If you don't get good volume and this is not a strong hourly candle, wait for the next one. Okay, do your own research as well. Do I think Dent can make it to $1? I mean, you'd have to do the market calculation on that, Jessica. I don't know enough about Dent. We'd have to look into that and see. What's the market cap currently? So Dent is $500 million. So you're saying, can it do 2x, 200x from here? $500 million times 2, 10 billion. It's got a long way to go. I mean, no reason it can get to 10 billion, but it's got a long way to go to do that. 10 billion, all the top projects are in there, but it's got a long way to go to get to 1 cent. That's not something that's going to happen overnight. XPR. Vroom says, can we look at XPR? Yeah, we can. I don't know anything about XPR unless I forget what it is. Guys, when you want me to look at a ticker, let me know, like, if you want me to look at it from a fundamental perspective, or if you just want the technicals, just say TA, and then I'll know that you want to look at just the charts on it. Proton Tether. Okay, let's take a look at it. Guys, 5 likes away from 40. If we don't get to 40, I'm going to be so upset. It'll spoil my day. So please get us to 40 likes whilst I'm rambling on about Proton and USD. 1 hour, let's go on the daily. We don't want to see anything on the hourly chart. Okay, this has gone a bit running. Let's put some fib ratios on it. Okay, I'd expect a little cooling down on this one first. I wouldn't be chasing this right now, even though it could be a continuation pattern. Don't get me wrong. This could be, a continuation pattern. It could head straight back up. But if I wasn't in this position, I'd be waiting for it to come down to 0.5 or even lower to then pick some up. Now, you may never get it there, but I wouldn't chase it, right? It's a nice cooling off as it is from where we were, at 5 cents. It ticked all the way down to 3.3 cents. But I'd want it to come and test its EMA ribbon before I start chasing this coin. I don't know much about it fundamentally, guys, so that's just my TA on it. Jessica says, thank you. I'm trying to understand this whole crypto thing. Yes, there's so many moving parts, so that's why I want to do these live streams for you guys, so you don't miss anything. Complainer. Let's put up Sol. I don't know, why did my Sol chart disappear? Like, I had all my drawings on there. It's really upsetting. Was it an FTX chart? There it is. Let's come back. It was an FTX chart. My drawings on there? Oh, man. All my drawings are gone, guys. It's emotional. So yeah, Sol's looking amazing, guys. And we spoke about this a few days ago, and it's moving from strength to strength. I can easily see this eclipsing all-time highs. I've lost my Fibonacci extensions. Let's do those again. Because my price target on Solana... Let's just be conservative. Let's go from this swing low. And let's go to there. My price target is sitting at 348 on Solana in that region, okay? Now, don't be surprised if this kind of goes on a little bit of a run, even up to 1272 and calls off, break through all-time highs, right? Or don't even be surprised if it kind of heads up here, calls off back at all-time highs, similar to what Bitcoin's doing right now, and then tries to trend higher. Solana, don't chase the pumps, wait for dips and buy. It's a long-term hold for me. It's not going anywhere. Great project, great institutional adoption. And Solana is definitely one you need in your portfolio, along with Ethereum, Cardano, and the like. Jessica says, learning to read a chart with your explanations. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you being on. It takes a long time to learn this stuff, so be patient. Try to watch what I'm doing. Ask me questions, and let's pick this up together, right? You don't need to know everything. I think a lot of channels really overcomplicate this stuff, and if I do, then tell me not to, because sometimes you can add so many different indicators and lines, and I just try to keep things simple, right? I'll stick to a certain few patterns. I'll just try to look at it from a common sense point of view. Is it overextended? Is it quite calm? Is there a lot of room? And where do we think it's heading next? So guys, we're going to call this live stream to an end. Thank you so much for joining. We 1 like off the 40 likes. Who's going to press that like button before we go? Comment below, whoever just pressed the like button. You're going to get a shout out for being the 40th like. And I think that's a record for our live stream. So somebody go and check. Someone go and hit that like button. If I've not cut off your coin, I'm really sorry that I haven't managed to cover off your coin in this video. What we can do is if you head over into the Discord, okay, head over into Discord, that's the pinned comment below, and head into there, introduce yourself, ask the question, let's answer it over there, okay, guys? So we've got the 40 likes. Thank you so much for hitting that 40th like, whoever did that. Really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next live stream. I'll see you over in the Discord. Okay, guys? See you later. Take care. Bye-bye.